Right now? Yes, literally right now. There are luxury SUVs sitting on dealer lots across America that cost less than your cousin's overpriced base model crossover. And somehow, nobody wants them. The first one on this list? It's already a steal. But the last one is so stupidly underpriced it almost feels illegal. And here's the crazy part. These aren't fragile, check engine light just turned on again. Luxury nightmares. These are machines that mechanics quietly respect. The kind that just refuse to die. Welcome to Old Man Garage, where we don't fall for shiny nonsense. We buy smart, drive longer, and laugh at people making $600 car payments. Today, I'm breaking down 5 luxury SUVs you can pick up for under $12,000. That will outlast half the cars in your neighborhood. Let's get into it. Let's start with a vehicle that doesn't get talked about enough. Mostly because it doesn't break enough to be interesting. The Acura RDX from 2013 to 2018 is basically that quiet kid in school who never caused problems, and then somehow became more successful than everyone else 10 years later. Under the hood, you've got a 3.5-liter V6 pushing 279 horsepower, naturally aspirated, which in plain English means no turbo, no drama, no surprise $2,500 repair bill because a tiny snail exploded. Fuel economy sits around 20 mpg city and 28 mpg highway, which is honestly not bad for something that moves like this. It's not a Prius, but it also doesn't look like a depressed appliance on wheels. Now here's where things get interesting. Acura made a very specific decision with this generation. They ditched the turbocharged engine from the previous model and went back to a simple V6. Why? Because someone in a meeting probably said, "Hey, what if we just made something that actually lasts?" Wild concept, I know. This engine uses a timing chain, not a belt. That means you're not sitting there at 100,000 miles Googling, "How much does my wallet need to cry today?" Maintenance on these, oil changes, brakes, tires, and occasionally remembering your car exists. That's about it. I had a customer, real estate agent, drove one of these like it owed her money. City traffic, highway runs, constant stop and go. Her 2014 RDX hit 160,000 miles, and her total unexpected repair cost over years was under $1,500. That's not luxury car numbers, that's, did I accidentally buy a Corolla in a suit? Numbers. Inside, you're getting leather seats, backup camera, power lift gate, heated seats, and enough comfort to make long drives feel way shorter than they actually are. It's not flashy. It's not trying to impress your neighbor Steve who just financed a German SUV he can't afford, but it works, every day, without complaining. Now, what should you check? First, take a look at the rear differential fluid, especially on AWD models. If it smells burnt or looks like it's been there since the Obama administration, you'll want to service that. Second, test the infotainment system. Early models, and especially 2013, can be a little, let's say, emotionally slow. Not broken, just thinking about life before responding. And third, check the brakes. These things move pretty well, and some drivers treat that gas pedal like it's a personal challenge. Who is this for? If you want a luxury SUV that just works, doesn't drain your bank account, and doesn't randomly ruin your weekend, this is it. Who should skip it? If you're trying to impress people at valet, yeah, this ain't your car. This is for people who like money staying in their account. Now we're stepping into something a little more serious. And by serious, I mean this thing looks like it could survive the apocalypse and still make it to Costco the next day. The Lexus GX470 from 2003 to 2009 is not just an SUV. It's basically a Toyota Land Cruiser wearing a tuxedo and pretending to be civilized. Under the hood sits the legendary 4.7-liter V8, also known as the 2UZ-FE. If engines had reputations like NBA players, this one would be LeBron in his prime. Consistent, durable, and annoyingly hard to kill. We're talking 263 horsepower, smooth delivery, and a drivetrain that feels like it was engineered by people who expected you to drive it forever. Fuel economy? Yeah, let's not lie to each other here. You're looking at about 14 mpg city and 18 mpg highway, which means this thing drinks gas like your uncle at a family barbecue. But here's the trade-off. It will outlive your uncle, your neighbor, and probably your next 2 cars. This SUV is built on a body-on-frame platform, the same kind used in trucks. That means real durability, real off-road capability, and the ability to laugh at potholes instead of fearing them. Full-time four-wheel drive, locking center differential. This is not a soft road SUV. This is a I accidentally drove into the woods and I'm still fine SUV. Side though? Completely different story. You get leather seats, wood trim, premium sound systems, and that classic Lexus vibe where everything feels like it was designed to outlast civilization itself. It's quiet, comfortable, and weirdly luxurious for something that could climb a mountain if it had to. Now here's the best part. You can find these things between $6,500 and $12,000, depending on mileage and condition. Let that sink in. You're getting Land Cruiser level engineering for used sedan money. That's not depreciation. That's a clearance sale nobody announced. Now, before you go out and buy one tomorrow morning, here's what you check. First, and this is important, the timing belt. This engine uses one, not a chain. If it hasn't been replaced around 90,000 to 100,000 miles, you're looking at about $1,000 to $1,200 for the full service with water pump. Second, check the lower ball joints. These wear over time and can run around $600 to replace. Not catastrophic, but something you want to know before negotiating. Third, if it has rear air suspension, test it. Make sure the back raises and lowers properly. If it doesn't, some owners just swap to coil springs for a few $100 and call it a day. Honestly, that's kind of the GX470 vibe. Even the problems have simple solutions. Who should buy this? If you want something that can handle rough roads, last forever, and still make you feel like you didn't cheap out, this is your vehicle. Who should skip it? If gas mileage is your top priority, yeah, go ahead and keep scrolling. This ain't saving you at the pump. Now here's where it gets interesting. If this V8 tank impressed you, the next one is smoother, cheaper to run, and somehow even more ignored by the market. And trust me, people are seriously sleeping on it, all right? Now we go from luxury tank to something completely different. The next one doesn't try to climb mountains. It tries to take corners like it's late for something. The Infiniti FX35 from 2006 to 2012 is what happens when engineers say, what if we made an SUV but gave it a sports car personality and zero chill? And somehow, it worked. Under the hood, you get the famous 5-liter V6, part of Nissan's legendary VQ35 engine family, pushing anywhere between 275 and 303 horsepower, depending on the year. If you've been around cars for more than 5 minutes, you've heard of this engine. It made Ward's 10 best engines list for 14 years straight. 14. That's longer than some people keep relationships. It's naturally aspirated, which means no turbo, no extra complications, and no, why is this repair bill the same as my rent? Moments. And yes, it uses a timing chain, not a belt. So once again, no expensive milestone service looming over your head like a dark cloud at 100,000 miles. Fuel economy lands around 16 mpg city and 21 mpg highway, which is basically the price you pay for having fun in something that definitely wasn't designed to be boring. Now let's talk about how this thing drives, because this is where it completely separates itself from everything else on this list. The FX35 doesn't feel like a traditional SUV. It feels like someone lifted a sports sedan and said, good luck. Tight steering, aggressive handling, and a driving feel that makes you forget you're in something with this much ground clearance. You don't drive this car casually. You accidentally start enjoying yourself. And for some people, that's dangerous. Inside, you're getting leather seats, premium materials, driver-focused layout, and a design that even today still looks ahead of its time. Seriously, park one of these next to newer SUVs and people will assume the FX is newer. Meanwhile, you paid like $6,000 to $8,000 for it. Make it make sense. Now, real-world example. I had a guy come in with a 2008 FX35 pushing nearly 200,000 miles. Original engine, original transmission, no major issues. He asked me if it was time to replace it. I checked everything and told him, honestly, your car is healthier than most gym memberships. He's still driving it. Now, what should you look for when buying one? First, check for valve cover leaks. It's common as mileage goes up, but it's about a $400 fix, not a deal breaker. Second, listen for any whining from the power steering pump. Again, not catastrophic, but a good negotiation tool. Third, if it's AWD, make sure the system engages properly. Take it for a proper test drive, not just a loop around the block. This isn't a car you half-test. It deserves better. Who is this for? If you want something that actually feels alive when you drive it, something that doesn't feel like a refrigerator on wheels, this is your SUV. Who should skip it? If you need maximum cargo space, third-row seating, or something your entire extended family can live inside, yeah, this ain't it. This is for drivers, not movers. All right, time to bring in the family guy of the group. But don't get it twisted. This isn't the boring minivan replacement your neighbor swears by while wearing New Balance sneakers. The Acura MDX from 2007 to 2013 is what happens when Honda decides to dress up, put on a suit, and still outwork everybody in the room. Under the hood, you've got a 3.7-liter V6 with around 300 horsepower, paired with a smooth automatic transmission that just does its job without ever asking for attention. Fuel economy sits around 16 mpg city and 21 mpg highway, which for a 3-row SUV is honestly right where you expect it to be. This thing isn't trying to be the most efficient. It's trying to be the most dependable member of your household, and it probably will be. Now here's the key idea you need to understand. Buying an Acura MDX is basically like buying a Honda Pilot that went to private school. Same DNA, same engineering philosophy, just better materials, more features, and a nicer place to sit while you're stuck in traffic questioning your life choices. And when it comes to reliability, this is where it shines. These engines regularly go 250,000 miles and beyond with proper maintenance, not internet myth miles. Real world, seen it in the shop miles. This is the kind of SUV where people forget how long they've owned it. Like, wait, I bought this during my last relationship? Kind of side, you get leather seats, third-row seating, navigation, premium audio, heated seats, and enough space to carry kids, groceries, luggage, and probably a little bit of regret from your last financial decision. Now let's talk about one thing you do need to respect. This engine uses a timing belt, not a chain. That means around 100,000 miles, you're looking at a $800 to $1,000 service, including the belt, water pump, and tensioners. But here's the trick. If the previous owner already did it, congratulations, you just skipped one of the biggest maintenance costs and bought yourself another 100,000 miles of peace. That's not a red flag. That's a green light. Now, what should you check? First, watch for a transmission shudder around 35 to 40 mm apart. Some models have it, and sometimes a fluid change fixes it. Second, check the oil level. These engines can consume a bit between changes, not crazy amounts, but enough to notice if the previous owner didn't care. Third, ask about fuel habits. This engine prefers premium gas, and if someone treated it like regular fuel was good enough, you might see some carbon buildup over time. Nothing catastrophic, just something to be aware of. Who should buy this? If you need space, comfort, and something that won't betray you financially, this is your move. Families, road trippers, people who like having options, this fits. Who should skip it? If you live alone, hate driving people around, and your biggest cargo is a gym bag, yeah, this might be overkill. Now here's where things get interesting. If you thought this was the perfect balance of practicality and reliability, the last one on this list, it takes everything we've talked about, simplifies it, perfects it, and somehow still costs less than it should. This is the one mechanics recommend without even thinking. And yeah, it's kind of unfair. All right, this is it. If you've been waiting for the one that makes you sit back and go, wait, why is this so cheap? This is that moment. The Lexus RX350 from 2010 to 2013 is, without exaggeration, one of the smartest used car purchases you can make under $12,000. And the wild part? Most people walk right past it, straight into something worse and more expensive. Under the hood sits the 3.5-liter V6, part of Toyota's famous 2GR FE engine family, making around 275 horsepower. Now, that might not sound exciting on paper, but this engine is like that friend who never causes drama, always shows up on time, and somehow has their life together. It's naturally aspirated, which means no turbo headaches, and it uses a timing chain, not a belt. So once again, no big surprise maintenance bill waiting for you at 100,000 miles. Fuel economy is solid for the class, about 18 mpg city and 24 mpg highway. Not groundbreaking, but also not something that makes you cry every time you pass a gas station. And here's the real magic. This exact engine, or variations of it, is used in cars like the Toyota Camry V6, Highlander, and other Lexus models. So what you're really getting is mass-produced reliability, wrapped in luxury packaging. That's the cheat code. Now let's talk about how it feels, because this is where the RX350 just wins. The ride quality? Smooth. Like, did I just hit a pothole, or was that a suggestion? Smooth. The cabin? Quiet enough to hear your own bad financial decisions echo. You get leather seats, premium materials, soft touch everything, a super comfortable driving position, and a layout that just makes sense. No learning curve, no weird design choices, no why did they put this button here? Moments. Just get in, and go, and go, and go. These things regularly push 200,000 miles, 250,000 miles, sometimes more, without asking for anything beyond basic maintenance. I've personally seen multiple RX350s come through the shop with absurd mileage and nothing wrong except maybe needing brake pads. That's it. Meanwhile, someone across the street is crying over a German SUV with a repair bill that looks like a student loan. Now price? You're looking at roughly $8,000 to $11,000, depending on mileage and condition, which makes absolutely no sense when you compare what you're getting. Now, what should you check before buying? First, and this is the big one, the variable valve timing oil line. On some 2010 to 2012 models, Lexus used a rubber oil line that should have been upgraded to a metal version. If it hasn't been done, you're looking at about $200 to $300 to fix it. Ignore it, and it can fail suddenly and dump oil fast. That's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely a handle this immediately situation. Second, if the vehicle has a tow package, check the oil cooler lines for the same upgrade. Third, test all the electronics, power tailgate, infotainment, buttons. These cars are well built, but at this age, it's just smart to check. And finally, look at tire wear. Uneven wear usually just means alignment was ignored. Easy fix, but useful for negotiating. Who should buy this? Honestly, almost everyone. Commuters, families, road trippers, people who just want a stress-free ownership experience. This is your SUV. Who should skip it? If you need a third row, this isn't it. If you want serious off-road capability, go back to the GX470. But for 90% of people, this is the sweet spot. So let's run it back real quick. You've got the Acura RDX. Simple, reliable, and way smarter than it looks. The Lexus GX470. Built like a tank, drinks gas like a tank, but also lasts like one. The Infiniti FX35. The SUV that forgot it wasn't a sports car. The Acura MDX. The family MVP that refuses to quit, and the Lexus RX350, the one that just quietly does everything right, for way less money than it should. Here's the truth. People are out here financing base model crossovers with cloth seats and CVTs, paying more to get less. Meanwhile, these are sitting on lots, leather, V6 engines, proven reliability, just waiting for someone who actually knows what they're looking at. That someone is you now. If this video saved you from making a dumb car decision, hit that like button, subscribe to Old Man Garage, and send this to that one friend who's about to buy something they absolutely shouldn't. You might just save them, and their wallet. Drive smart, take care of your car, and it'll take care of you. I'll see you in the next one.